I read the script, and this is just like a young actor's dream to be the leader of a teenage group of guerrilla fighters in a very controversial movie that got a lot of people a little scared. The fear factor has had to be real. These young people driven to accomplish and do things that they never would have imagined. It was a fantasy. I enjoyed every second of it. Milius is a very intense director. He's a very wonderful director. I love the man. But we had to call him the general. And he called me and he said, Swayze, you're my lieutenant of the art. So he says, I'm directing these little suckers through you. So he put a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, and I took it really seriously. Of course, a lot of times it didn't make me very popular with the actors. But I was, I was Jed. I was serious as a heart attack.
My family would want me to stay alive. Your family would want you to stay alive.
He's taken a lot of criticism. Of course, he deserves it when he does an interview with a journalist. He just for an intimidation factor, he leaves a loaded .45 automatic sitting on his desk. So he is a bit of a wild man.
Patrick Swayze was the most seasoned of all of us. He was certainly the oldest, and and he was supposed to be the leader and everything. So we all looked up to him because not only was he the oldest, he was the most experienced.
He was great because he had worked enough and was experienced enough that he kind of took the youngsters by the hand and helped us along, not just performance-wise, but with horses and with guns and with just trying to keep your head about you in a very confusing landscape at times.
Take care of him. Worry.
He was so great, and I felt that that enthusiasm would come out, and that you would see him more than anybody else be eroded, that he would be, torn apart, and that the war would just, grind him down.
Of course, me, I was a little overly intense. I think Jennifer Grey probably never wanted to work with me again after that. Of course, we did.
It was very supportive, and he knew right away that I was relying on him for his help and guidance. And what he was dealing with, though, during that movie, the death of his father in real life, and that had just happened, I don't know, a month prior to us starting. So when he's looking at that photo, that scene is an homage to the memory of his dad, who he loved and treasured and worshipped dearly. So what he was going through was pretty heroic,
Having to go through an ordeal to pull off the movie sort of banded everybody together, I've actually got frostbite so bad in my hands and toes that now if my fingers get the slightest bit cold, it feels like somebody shoving toothpicks under my fingernails.